Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan, here with today's pre-recorded Saturday sip. So, let me start out by saying what inspired this card for today. My birthday is this month, and I received this gorgeous card. Now, it is not Stampin' Up! Product, but it's just very cool. And we've all done these kind of cards, but I just thought this one was very interesting. Now, mine's not going to be as glitzy as this, but I am going to show you how it was made. So first, I'm going to tell you these are the stamps that I'm using. Simply Said we'll be using the Happy Birthday. This is a carryover stamp set. The Right Words we're going to use To Someone Worth Celebrating. Now, there is a Happy Birthday here, but I wanted the bigger happy birthday wishes in this case. And then the Pretty Florals, we're going to be using these and the dies that go with it. So there are a lot of really cool dies for this. I already pulled out the two I'm going to be using, but these dies are pretty awesome. Some of them do not go with the stamp set, but they will make some really cool flowers and things. So this is a pretty cool bundle. Okay, so those are the stamps and dies that I'll be using. I'm going to be using my paper trimmer and this designer series paper. It is called Florals in Bloom. At first I thought maybe I could use the dies on some of these flowers like these, but it doesn't line up quite right, unfortunately. But if you wanted, I'm going to be stamping, but if you wanted to fussy cut out, like maybe you just want the designer series paper, you can do this card without the stamps, the ink. Well, you'll need a sentiment, but you could do it by just fussy cutting some of the beautiful stuff that's in this designer series paper. But I wanted to make sure I showed it to you. I'm also going to be using, again, I'm in love with these. I think I'm going to have to buy like 20 packs. These are the Strawberry Slush, and I believe it's Pretty in Pink and Clear. They don't mention the clear, but I'll be using these beautiful gems. And I have pulled a piece, again, out of this cool thing. I actually ordered these going, I don't know, let's see, do I really want them? But I'm gonna like force myself to use them, but they're very cool. They are called Foiled Frames and Labels Ephemera Pack. And what's cool about it is I pulled this one here from the center, but as I showed you in another video, you can get just a frame, and you could probably very easily trim some of these out. If you wanted that third gold frame, you could definitely do that. So, all right. The paper, this is my scrap. I'm going to stamp on that one. That's basic white. And this is a piece of the new Strawberry Slush. It is 8 inches by 4 1/4 inches. Okay. So 8 inches by 4 1/4. I don't think I wrote that anywhere, but so now what I'm going to do is I want to score it. So I'm going to push my score blade up, and I am going to go to 5 1/2. Okay. Because that's going to be my card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just like a normal card, right? And I'm going to just give that a good score. And now this is my card base right here. Okay. So I already cut everything, so we won't need our trimmer. Whoops. Didn't mean to throw it away, though. This is a piece of Lemon Lolly. Now, of course, you're going to pick the colors you want. This one is at 8 inches and by 3 inches, but I lied. Well, I'll just fold this one. This one's going to get folded in half, or you could score it at 4 inches. So this one is going to be folded in half. Give it a good thing. And you can see already that this is going to make the opening. Okay, so you can see that it would basically do that. Okay, so that's where we are so far with this. And then I cut designer series paper, And I cut, these are all from the Florals in Bloom. This one is 4 by 5 1/4, and this one is 4 by 2 3/4. And then I have this one that this size must have popped off. So it is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And you're going to kind of want them to coordinate. Now, when I was picking this one, I did not, it is strawberry slush, but it's kind of off color in my opinion. So I didn't want to put it right up against the strawberry slush cardstock. So it's actually going to go on the lemon lolly, and then it'll tone it down. And there's going to be other stuff on it. So here's where we're going with this. I'm going to get all my pieces ready. So I'm going to start stamping first, and I'm going to need to stamp off. So here we go. All right. Yes, I still have my cough. Can you believe it? Oh my golly. But I did talk to the doctor, and she called in a prescription for an antibiotic to try and get rid of this cough. And if it isn't better by next Wednesday, she wants to see me. Because, I mean, I was very surprised by this. Your cough can linger as long as 8 weeks, which I always joked about, right? I've always said, oh, I'll be coughing until June. But apparently that's possible. I wonder what that is. Must be ink. Okay, so I'm going to use Petunia Pop. This is a in color. Ugh, that stains. Sorry about that. And I'm going to take let me grab that stamp set again, because it's hard to see sometimes. I'm using this one, and this one, and this one, okay, for this stamping and die cutting. So Petunia Pop is a very dark color, and I don't want it that dark. So I am going to stamp off and then stamp on. Then I get a very nice color. Now I can see it's a little variegated. I don't care. That doesn't bother me a bit. But one of the things that I want to do before I stamp again, you know, I like to try to avoid the white edges around things. I've told you guys that before. So I am going to drop a re-inker into the little dish on my ink pad. And then I'm grabbing a water brush, but I want it light, you guys. I want it to be very, 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 very light. And this time, I'm just going to go like this. Yes, I know I am making a bit of a mess of what I just stamped. It's okay. I can still pretty much see it, and I don't mind if... like this one ended up with some dark around it. I'm just going to give my flower a little bit of a little bit more oomph. In fact, you know, I'll wait to do that. So again. All right. So now I'm going to take it full strength with the innards of the flower. Then I'll decide if I want to add anything else. So now see, I've got the pretty innards of the flower. And I can see a little spot where I still have some white. So there we go. Now when I cut it out, I'm not going to have that white edge on my flower. Oh, that's too dark. So, lighten up. Okay. All right. You guys know how funny I am about that stuff. It's silly, but there it is. Now I'm going to need this again. So I'm going to make sure I clean off my water brush. And I'm going to grab a paper towel, a little piece of paper towel. And I'm going to try to get rid of all of the stuff that's watery. Okay. Alrighty. So I am done with my Petunia Pop. Now I'm going to take Granny Apple Green, and I got these colors. The catalog will tell you what the colors are, so that's where these colors come from. And I'm going to stamp this leaf base. Don't know what else to call it. So that's there. And then I kind of want to do the same thing. I don't want any white. But I don't want to mess up this one too much because it does have some definition in it, right? So let's see how that does. I'm just going to very lightly. I don't mind the white in the actual, like where it's made definition in the stamp. I don't want to mess that up. So I'm staying away from the inside of the leaves because that's, you know, that's definition that we want. And this is just to kind of mute out the white that, see that's bugging me. I'm going to take a little drop of it darker and see what I can do here. There we go. And just get, I know this is like, probably you guys are like going, Carrie, you do this, you've been doing this so much. I know, but you know, it comes out so much cooler when you don't have the white edge. So if you, tell me what you think of this, because I don't think I've gotten a lot of comments on the fact that I've been doing this lately. So I'd love to know what you think. Okay, so there we are with those. And then the last thing I am going to stamp, well, yes. I am going to stamp the sentiments after I cut these out. Oh, so good. So I'm going to take these over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I am going to cut them out. So all you got to do is, you guys know how to do this. Just line up your die cut so that it's on where you want it to be. I always seem to feel like I'm wiggling back and forth, back and forth. Is that where I want it? Is that where? Yeah. And then, of course, this is that Post-it tape. But like I said, I bought it, and it is expensive, I think, off of eBay. But I don't use very much of it, so I guess expensive is relative to how much or how little I'm using. So, anyway, so there we go. I'm going to go cut these out. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with my pieces. So, when I did the flowers, I was kind of thinking, you know, this looks okay, but I'm gonna try an experiment. If I really hate it, did I restart this? Yes, I did. Woohoo! Sometimes when I'm taping, I forget if I've restarted. So I'm actually using fresh freesia because I tried a different colors, and I just want to put see, this one is kind of off. And I feel like it needs something to define the flower a little bit more. This is just me being a little bit different. So you guys have seen me do the edge of things. This one takes a little bit more patience because it's not straight lines. The straight line ones are so much easier. And see, that one got a little bit floopy. So I'm going to try to thicken this one up a little bit too. Just because they're both at the fatter end. But see, don't you think that just gives it a little bit more something? In fact, this you can't barely see. So let me do that. So I'm going to do that on all 3 of the little flowers that I cut out. I'm not going to do it on the leaf stem because I think that would kind of look weird. But can you see how now that I'm doing this and I've added that extra color all the way around the stamped image, I don't have any white. So this is like the whole flower. Now some of our dies do absolutely cut. I actually love how that came out a little bit lighter. It's kind of cool. So anyway, some of our dies do cut out very, very close. And I can see also that even though I taped down my die, I wasn't on point with getting them right where they needed to be. But I'm okay with it because it just gives the flower a little bit more dimension. So now I have the flower and I have the stem And look at how the stem has like a spot for you to be able to glue them down, like a place for you to put a little bit of glue to put these in place. I just think that's so cool. So I'm going to get this out of the way. So let me grab my handy dandy liquid glue. So I also want to say thank you to so many of you came up to me at Mega Meet yesterday, Friday, and expressed your just your, I don't know how to put it, like some of you were really sad that I'm not going to be doing Mega Meet anymore, and I am too. But you guys all know everything that's going on with my daughter, and I'm no spring chicken anymore either. So, you know, it was time. It was time to let it go. Look how cute that is. But anyway, I want to thank all of you again, even though I know I put a post about it, but I really just really appreciate you guys and your kindness to me. So before I stamp my sentiments, I want to get everything together. So I know I'm going to do a sentiment on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and I've got happy birthday for the front. And then I have the to someone worth celebrating every single day. So I'm just going to stamp that up. Hope I'm straight, close enough. And then the happy birthday. I am actually going to stamp this off this way a little bit because I know I'm going to put the flowers and it's going to kind of cover this. So there we go. Oh, look, and I got a goober and I don't care because I'm going to be covering that. All right, so now we have everything stamped and everything die cut. And now it's assembly time. Yay! All right, we're going to start with this big piece. This is 4 by 5 1/4, a standard mat for our regular A2 cards. And I forgot my little spatula. There it is. Not a Stampin' Up! Product. I've told you guys that before. It's some kind of a makeup applicator, which I think is very weird personally, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. And they come with a bunch of different sizes. I tell you guys this every time. I'm not an affiliate, so I just want you guys to know where to get stuff. Everything else, you go shopping at MemoryINKers.com. That is my Stampin' Up! Website. And remember, now that the hostess benefits have gone away, what they are now is basically customer benefits. So every time you place an order of $20 or more, you're going to get 10% put into into your account that you can use on a future order. You can collect them up, even if you're shopping with me, and then you go shop with, Susie Schwoozy. It's all going to go, as long as you're using the same email, it's all going to go into your account. All right. Somehow, what did I do here? I scored this wrong. So it's okay. Life is good. We can carry on. Hang on. We're going to fix this real quick. Except I dropped my paper trimmer. Hold on. Oh my golly. All right. Oh, and I really did drop it, didn't I? This is where I probably I should pause the video while I put this back together. But it's a good learning tool. And now I dropped my scoring blade. That's okay. I'll put my scoring blade back on later. But you guys can see, pretty sure I didn't break it. Nope. There's a little hole at the top and one at the bottom. So you just get them back in their perspective slots. Okay. Now I have to go find my my scoring tool, but in lieu of that, I will just use my bone folder because it's on the floor somewhere. You guys heard that big clatter. So I actually want to score this at 5 1/2, not 4 1/4. So I can grab my bone folder. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to cut it. Because it's only supposed to be 8 inches long. So, I guess it doesn't really matter, but so I'm going to trim this. At least I didn't lose the trimmer part. I'm going to trim that at 8 inches. Now I'm ready. Just remember my motto, perfection is overrated. All right, now I'm going to take this piece. Make sure if you're doing flowers, your flowers are going in the right direction, or whatever kind of print you're using. Pay attention to the direction. All right, so there's that. So pretty, isn't it? And then this, excuse me, is going to go on the front. Oh, golly. I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, so this is going to go on that front flap. Must be running low. So, how many of you went to Mega Meet? And were you one of the people that came up and found me? I was only there yesterday, Friday. So, say hello. If I didn't get to see you, I'm sorry. And I had a couple people ask me yesterday. Yes, I do have a lot of retired stuff to sell. So, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, see, now this isn't cut right either. I'm trying to figure out where, how I'm going to do that. So I have to trim this, and now it's full of glue. So that's not nice, because then I'm going to have to trim my thing. I swear I measured all of this stuff, you guys. I did. And somehow I screwed up. So this is actually 2.5, and it should have been bigger. So I must have cut wrong again, but it's okay. So I want to cut this to 2.25. So let me see what I want to show. I think I want these to show. So I'm going to regret this, you guys. It's no fun to cut glued product. Oy, oy, oy. Yep. All right. This is how you know I'm pretty authentic. I make mistakes. I am so, you know, I just have fun. And if I make a mistake, I roll with it. And I hope you guys do too, because there's no point in, it's not rocket science or brain surgery. It's just, it's card making and it's paper. So if I screw up, I just cut more paper, right? Okay, now this one should fit. So it should fit. It's very tight. I'm seeing that it's very tight. So I am going to move it over right to the edge. I don't need to, but I kind of need to. Okay, so it doesn't have an edge here. I should have cut it a little bit shorter. I apologize. But now I want to put this piece on this piece. Okay. Let me make sure I cut this one right. I did. So anyway, this paper, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. You guys, if you haven't placed an order yet, MemoryINKers.com. It is. And for those of you who have, thank you very much. I will be mailing out thank you cards. I'm a little behind. I'm a lot behind because of everything that's going on. And I know you guys understand, but I always feel bad that, you know, a couple months after you order, it's like, hey, thanks for your order. And you're like, when did I order from this chick? All right. So now I am going to center this on to that. Now, this is one thing I noticed is her flap is not, it's off center. I don't want mine off center. So the way to do that is to make sure it's in the right center on this piece. So I'm going to add more adhesive. And Brush it to the edges like I like to do. Okay. Now I'm going to fold this and I'm going to center it on this piece, which should center it on the front of the card as well. Okay, so there you can see where you can sign. And you can decorate this side if you want to. So, you know how I feel about my score lines being tight. I like them tight. Okay, so now there you go. So far, that's the front of the card. Now I know I'm going to put this on. So this is where I'm going to take a minute and do some thinking about where I want things to land. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this right in the center then. Okay, I'm kind of rethinking those flowers. So that may not have been the best choice of color. It might have been, I thought about doing them in Lemon Lolly. Perhaps I should have, but I didn't. So it is what it is. All right, so now I've got the happy birthday, and I'm going to put this up on dimensionals just for fun, right? Why not have some fun? So there and there. And I'm trying to catch, I don't think I need to, but I'm trying to catch that. I showed you that little bump in there. So I'm trying to catch that in the, what am I trying to say? You guys, remember I showed you there's a little, like under here, there's a little like half circle. I'm trying to catch that with the dimensionals that I am putting on. Okay, that's weird. I've got one odd one. So let's see. I don't like my dimensionals to show if I can help it. Okay, I'm good. All right, now, the thing is you want to be sure, like I put the dimensionals on because I already knew this would fit. But if I had wanted it down here, I would not have wanted to put the dimensionals onto this piece. You guys probably already know that, but, you know, I never know who's watching. You might be a brand new person watching me. Even a brand new crafter. So I have to be prepared. Let me see. There we go. There's a little bit of dimensional showing there. So I'm just going to shove it in. There we go. So it doesn't stick. Now, of course, we must have bling. We must. And I left my... oh, you guys, I can't even believe it. My take your pick tool. There it is. I finally figured it out on my other desk. So I am just using my scissor tips to add some fun bling. There we go. 3 little blings. I thought about using color, but I decided to go clear. So here is the card for today. Isn't that fun? So thank you to, I'm sorry, I think it's Corinne. Let me look. Yeah. Thank you, Corinne, for your cute card and wishing me happy birthday. So there you go. That is it for today. I hope you guys liked it. And I tried to give you the dimensions, but, you know, I screwed it up a few times. So hopefully you can figure that out. Ay, ay, ay. So, again, this is Carrie Beglow, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. You can shop for Stampin' Up! At MemoryINKers.com. And this is pre-recorded. I think I said that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I am not live. I am never live on YouTube. If you want to watch me live, I attempt to go live every Tuesday. So Have a blessed and wonderful weekend, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Let me hold this up a little closer for you guys. Okay, there you go. Bye.